6:02 p.m. At this time, we would like everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Is that right? And now the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, welcome's on number 3. That's what got me confused. I know. Okay. I'm trying to mess with me. Adoption of the agenda and consider approval, adoption of the, this might be a long meeting. Adoption of the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Ashley,
Dora?
on the, one of the consent items is for a pay estimate, that's number 9. And I was wondering if we could pull that out and just discuss it briefly, so Mr. Watkins can let us know, because it's over $1 million. So I was just hoping we could just have a brief, pull it out. I guess I'm not sure which place to put it, but I just think because of that large sum, we should just have a quick discussion about it.
Okay, we'll make it IA.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to scream very loud then? You can hear me if I don't scream?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I won't scream anymore. I'm sorry, I can't tell.
Miss Dora is under the weather, so she is joining us virtually tonight. All right.
I'll second motion to approve
All right, motion by Mr. Kaiser,
the minutes.
second.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
we're
it's
still
just the
on the
agenda.
adoption of.
Sorry, my bad.
Y'all got to quit. So, are you seconding the agenda?
Yes.
All right, second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Now, consider approval of the minutes from the regular board meeting on July 29th, 2025. I know you're so excited to make that motion, Mr. Dorsey.
Yes, I will make the motion to approve the minutes from that board meeting.
Motion by Mr. Dorsey,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Thomas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. All right, now I get to turn it over to, is Miss Christy Bush here? Oh, nope, it's Kelly Fitton. Everybody's twisting around today. Okay, Clark County Public School recognitions.
Good evening. Tonight I have the privilege of doing our recognitions tonight. First off, I want to ask that Greg Yates come up. He is the Executive Director for our Partners in Education, and he has an award he would like to present.
Thank you, Kelly. And I want to first thank Kelly for being my partner in crime. We've had this as a secret for about 3 months. In 2016, I come up with the idea for Partners in Education to have an award for Educator of the Year. I will tell you, there's no written standard for this. This is Greg Yates' gut when I see people in this school system who just rise above and beyond what they're expected to do or have to do. And this year's recipient will be no exception. But before I tell you who it is, I want to tell you the 4 other people. So I've been doing it 9 years. I've only given it to 4 people. The first year I gave it to Mike Kendrick, 2017. He was this principal of the ATC. In 2018, I presented it to Susan Jacobs, who was assistant principal at Baker, who was very instrumental in helping us get the BAM program off and running. 2020, I presented to Brenda Considine, who was the assistant, or just retired as Miss Fitton, but chief academic officer. And then in 2023, I gave it to Mr. Ashburn, Jason Ashburn. He's the ISEP teacher at RDC, and he's been very instrumental in taking the BAM program and just running away with it. So I'm not gonna make this real long, but I will just tell you that I've watched this gentleman since I started this job in 2014. He helped me get the RDC BAM program off and going, and I've been really watching him the last 3 years, so you can probably figure out who I'm talking about by now. But I will tell you, he's become a very good friend and a confidant of mine. I can say that, I can talk to him about anything, so I'm gonna present for 2025 the Educator of the Year Award to Mr. Dustin Howard.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys do for our kids.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
For our other recognitions tonight, we are super excited to give an overview on Literacy Liftoff. Literacy Liftoff was our summer program that we initiated last year, and then again, we put into action this past summer. We saw so much gains over the course of last year that we were super excited about putting this program into place and all of the great just progress that our students have made. Just for a quick overview, the program ran for 18 days over the course of June and July. So it was 3 weeks in June, 3 weeks in July, 3 days each day or each week. And we concentrated on literacy the entire time that our students were there. Our class sizes were 12 students or less, and we were very intentional about the instruction that our students received during that time. I'm very excited to report the amount of growth that we saw over the course of that time with our students. There's 2 factors that come into play, and that is their attendance. So we are looking at growth in 2 different ways. If a student missed more than 3 days, so more than 3 days of the 18, we still saw an average growth rate of 19.8% from beginning to end of the program. If a child missed less than 3 days, we saw 40.8% gains in our students during the months of June and July. That is tremendous amount of growth from our students. We are beyond excited. It is due to intentionality with our teachers, our staff that poured into these students. The entire time we worked on literacy from start to finish when our students were in the classroom. All the while with embedding different fun activities that go along with reading along the way. It is just beyond belief that the amount of time, effort, and support that our staff poured into this program. And I would like, and many of them are sitting out in the audience tonight, and I would like to take a moment to recognize them. Our behind-the-scenes support staff that got all of this program up and running. It's a lot of data that we have to look at to determine where students are at, what they need to be able to meet students where they are and take them across that finish line and making that amount of growth. So a lot of staff made that happen, and I want to recognize those at this time. So our support staff, if you all will come up, it's Miss Allison Hill. If you don't hear from me, sorry.
No, it's all right.
Miss Amber Murphy. Tiffany Austin.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Vallejo. Jordan Foltz. Kent Kugel. Abby McCormick. So the staff you see before you are all the behind-the-scenes staff that poured into lifting this program off the ground and getting it growing. Now I would like to recognize the staff who truly exemplify greatness, who are with the students from the start of the day till the end. They truly exemplify all the portrait of a learner competencies, and I could not be more proud and blessed that you all are a part of the team this year. So first, Amy Bowling. Carrie Foltz. Emily Harrison, if you all can stay up here. Jennifer Kelly.
Taking on my mission. You'll be all right. My dear, thank you
Ms.
so much.
Renee Perry. Ms. Toby Sadler. Amy Shoemaker. Amanda Schroeder. Robin Samunovic. And Miss Geneva Williams. We have a few staff that were unable to be with us tonight, but again, thank you all for your dedication, your support, and all that you did to support our students this year. Thank you.
I can get them both places. Okay. After we take one here, can y'all go to the conference room with me? Okay. Are you in it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I don't really.
She forgot her certificate.
Okay.
It's in there. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay.
We got a bunch of first, second graders down there start teaching. All right, we just wanted to get you here tonight. I appreciate it.
All right, we are at public comments. We have one person signed in, Ms. Jada Brady.
I think by this point, you all know I'm Jada Brady, your Clark County PVA. First, I'd like to start by thanking Ms. Dora Hall and Mr. Carl Kaiser for coming to my office and having a discussion about the upcoming tax bill. I've learned a lot about some information that you all could use next year, and I do hope that you learned something from me as well. I do hope that your visit opened the door for future conversations. It took a lot for you both to come to my office, and I sincerely want you to know that it was appreciated. I'm here for 2 reasons tonight. First and most important, I'm here to answer any questions that come up while you guys set that tax rate if you choose to ask them. The second, I'm here requesting that you take any rate below compensating plus 4%. You will have approximately $19 million worth of new property that is not included when setting the tax rate. Now, why is that important? Per my calculations and the calculations KDE came up with, has provided to you all tonight, compensating rate would be 63.0, and with a 4% increase, that would make it 65.5. If you agreed to take 65.0 as an example, that would leave you with a difference of revenue of approximately $164,000. The revenue coming in from new property at that rate would be approximately $123,000. That shortens the difference between the two by about $41,000 difference. Now, by taking a rate of 65.0 or lower, which is always your option, you are ensuring tonight that Clark County will have the lowest real property tax rate since 2015. It will also be the largest drop in the overall tax rate ever. This shows teamwork, dedication to the community, and to the future of our kids. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Item number 1, consider approval of, or student support services, consider approval of Mind PSI psychological services.
Good evening, how are you all?
Pretty good.
So I think the first three things are all mine. The first one is the contract for MindSci. So even with the attempts of the HR department and with the board supporting our school psychologists, we still are short school psychologists this year. So we will be contracting with MindSci to perform evaluations to help determine eligibility for special education services. We have used this company before. They're based out of Richmond, and we've heard nothing but great things about them. I don't want to say that or not, but.
Guys have any questions?
No.
Now, do we need to make a motion for each one of these separately?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead and make a motion for the MindSci.
Motion by Ms. Thomas,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion, did Doris say aye?
I didn't-
Yes, aye.
Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
All right, consider approval of On-Track Orientation and Mobility LLC.
Yes, so some of our students who the ARC, along with the eligibility and evaluation documentation, have been eligible to receive orientation mobility services. So this is separate than visual impairment services. These are specific services where we take students out into the community to work on cane device usage, and also just awareness for students with visual impairment in addition to the teacher that they have. So we have approximately 3 students who have this, and this is a very specialized licensure or certification. And so we contract just because we only have 3 students who need this at this time. Typically, they have anywhere from 1 time a month to 3 times a month, just whatever the ARC or that student's team feels is appropriate for us to provide for them to be successful.
Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Kaiser,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Consider approval of what is it?
Interpreting.
Interpreting services.
Interpreting, okay, I had it right the first
You were
time.
right, yes.
I had the first one wrong, so I want to get this one right. Services of the Commonwealth LLC.
So again, going back to students in their IEP plans or their IEPs and what the ARC deems appropriate, we do have a student who has a full-time ASL interpreter that's employed by the district, but in cases that that interpreter is absent or we have another student move in, we are proactive in having this contract for when we need their extra services in additional to the one that we have.
Is this an actual person that
Yes, ma'am.
comes?
Yes,
But it's sort of like a backup.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Any more questions? If not, anybody like to make a motion?
Did someone,
Motion by Mr. Dorsey,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, consider approval of additional SB 181 trackable communication platforms.
As we navigate through Senate Bill 181, we are asking to add 2 platforms to be used in communication with staff and students. This would be Edmentum would be one of them. That is a platform that is used with our virtual academy. So teachers, when they are grading assignments, communicating with students on particular assignments or lessons, they can communicate through that platform. So we are asking that that be added to our approved platforms of traceable communication. And in addition, School Links That is a new platform that we are using for our students. They're required to have PLPs. That is a statewide requirement in grades 6 through 12. So that would be some communication between counselors and students. And we wanted to add those to our list. They both can be traceable. We are able to retrieve that information at any time. So we just wanted to add that to our list as we continue to navigate through the Senate bill.
I think that's wonderful. I think it's much needed also.
How does Parent Square work? How's it kicked off? Has it worked good?
Amazing.
Good.
I speak as a parent, as an employee. As an employee, it's been great because we have even though we had a consistent way with Infinite Campus, this is much user-friendly. We are able to send out quick messages, text, just different ways of getting that information out to our students and staff and parents. So that is a very quick way versus Infinite Campus, which is still usable but not as user-friendly and easy to navigate. Then also, I will say as a parent, I'm getting an abundance of information from all of the schools that my students are at, more so than I have ever gotten before in the district. And I have a sophomore as the oldest, so thinking of that through his career and education, I have received more information in these last couple of days than I have sometimes within a year. So I think our administration and our teachers are really enjoying this feature. They've been trained on it at the beginning of the school year, and I think it's been easy for them to navigate, and they are using it to communicate. So I'm very pleased.
Good deal.
Ms. Bentham, can you explain the school links again? I didn't quite understand
Yes.
what it's for.
Yes, that is a platform that our counselors will mainly oversee and use. So all students in grades 6 through 12, they're required by the state to have a PLP, a personalized learning plan. That is something that students start in the 6th grade, while teachers are able to see that and utilize that to help students navigate what track or what pathway. That is something that counselors mainly oversee to help guide them through the scheduling process. So there is a way to communicate, so we just want to make sure that we do have that on the approved list in case that is a method used by a counselor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
No, I'll make a motion to approve school links and Admentum as the traceable communications.
Motion by Mr. Dorsey,
I'll second it.
second by Ms. Thomas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed, motion carries 5-0. Mr. Watkins, consider approval of change order CO 3-6 issued to Rising Sun Developing Company in the amount of $4,448.15 to add card readers and hardware upgrades at doors.
So there were 3 doors that, those items were value engineered out before the preschool construction began. And getting in the building now with kids, we realized, that's something that needs to be there. And we've got a change order there to add the handles and the card readers, yep, back to those.
What doors are those?
The one is for the frisky door, it's kind of there in the car loop.
Yeah.
And then the door in the front coming in from the playground, and the one in the back coming in from the playground.
Okay, makes sense.
It just allows quick access,
Quick
and
access,
also
yeah.
need to come in the building there on
Yep.
those main doors. And it's coming out of contingency, so we've got the contingency funds, there to be able to do this.
Okay.
Any more questions for Mr. Watkins? No, would anybody like to make a motion?
I will.
Motion by Mr. Kaiser,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Consider approval of Columbia Gas easement.
So we've been approached by Columbia Gas about easement. I'll read here off the information. They're planning to retire an aging bare steel gas pipeline currently providing gas service to Concord Elementary. on Mount Sterling Road, US 60 in Winchester. And to continue gas service to Concord 8, they are going to install a new gas pipeline in the road right-of-way on Veterans Memorial Bypass and then Mount Sterling Road, so, which it runs down in front of Concord 8. They'll need an easement right there in the very front of the school to be able to complete that work.
Where does the gas line come in now?
It's right there in the
Same
same
spot.
spot. They're just replacing,
Just an old rusty.
retiring a line and replacing it with a new one.
But do they not already have an easement there? That don't make sense.
They do, but I think this is just a different location, is what I understand.
So it's moving far enough that they need more
Yeah.
easement.
And as of now, Concord would be it's only servicing Concord. It's not to go into service any other development or residential areas or anything of that nature.
When you say front of the school, is that like in the parking lot?
It'd be up there on the road.
Right along the road.
Right along.
So you'll be out there, okay.
We don't expect it to start anything with
No, they're both there in the front, but I guess they're asking for a 35-foot easement. So it's
Okay.
probably not the exact same 35 feet.
So it's probably 25 foot unless instead of 30. Yeah, I get it.
Any questions for Mr. Watkins?
Mr. Watkins, will it affect any of the things they do, like the farming or any of those, like they have plants and that sort of thing, will it affect any of that?
No, ma'am, it should not.
Okay.
And it's free?
It- Correct.
Anything that's free.
that. That's not a bad thing.
And they'll have to repair whatever damage to sidewalks or landscaping, whatever, they make it, put it back.
And Ms. McCoy and I have worked together to review all the information that they sent us.
I'll make a motion if nobody else has any questions.
All right, motion by Ms. Thomas,
No, second.
second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 5-0. Thank you, sir. Acknowledgement and consider approval of CCPS Student Code of Conduct for school year 2025-2026. Mr. King.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is the CCPS Student Code of Conduct. The two biggest, or the two additions to it is the electronic communications with the traceable communications and the internet, technology use internet safety. And then just, again, went through it and just changed some things, Phoenix Academy, Carbon Innovation Center, and just cleaned those things up.
Any questions for Mr. King? If not, would anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Kaiser,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Thomas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Acknowledgement and consider approval of 2025-2026 Clark County Public Schools Aftercare Parent Agreement and Handbook. Ms.
Good
Blanton.
evening. Hello. So,
Hello.
how are y'all?
Doing good?
Good. So as the district continues to streamline the processes across our structures, I'm bringing you before you tonight the Clark County Public Schools Aftercare Handbook and Parent Agreement. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions for Ms. Blanton?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes?
Did she say yes?
It's fine, it's fine.
Did you say you had a question or did you have none?
I think she might be talking.
I don't think she's talking to us.
I'll make a motion to approve the 25-26 aftercare agreement.
Okay, motion by Mr. Dorsey,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
While Ms. Blanton's up here, just a reminder, our preschool has just received a 5-star rating, which is the highest possible in the state of Kentucky. Congratulations to her.
for again, growing greatness with some of our youngest kids.
Thank you.
All right. Finance and Human Resource. Acknowledgement of monthly CCPS financial update. Ms. Ellis. Oh yeah, I'll let you get there. Evening, how are you?
All right.
For some reason, I'm running really, really slow. Are you running slow? Or are you just zipping right through?
On the net?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, it's good over here.
All right, so flipping into a new fiscal year, we're looking at July, which is our first month of the new year now. So I'm looking at receipts for the new year, which is just revenues for this year. So we're only talking what we're bringing in for the year. So we're taking off beginning balance. And we're going to take off those on behalf numbers that we have up here at KDE that we just have to book onto our financials, but we never actually bring in. Okay, so we're going to take those off. And then we're looking at our expenditures. Again, we're taking off contingency and those on behalf, so things that we're planning on spending out for the year. So when we look at just this one fiscal year budget-wise, we're talking a deficiency of 7 million. So we're not talking rollover beginning balance. So some of these expenditures that we're talking about are in those beginning balance numbers that we rolled over. So that's why this deficiency is so large. So we're talking expenditures that we're rolling over with beginning balance. Encumbrances, we're talking those one-time set-asides that we have for HVAC, maintenance, that type of stuff, okay? We're talking our school carry-forwards. So when we talk those big buckets of money that are sitting in beginning balance, that are from last year, fiscal year, we rolled over, but we're not accounting for those in our revenues right now for the 1 year. It's making this deficient look pretty large. But when we pull all of those back out, we're really deficient $386,000. Okay? So we're also in our receipts not accounting for the tax rate at this point. We're still, because when we presented our tentative budget, we were talking compensating rate, just leaving the numbers where they were at the point of the same revenue. So until you all had passed, and I wasn't going to account for that in my budget. So this is what it looks like if we were to take compensating, which to me is the lowest acceptable rate. We do not want to go backwards below compensating. This is what it would look like on our budget. We're going to be deficient $386,000 if we took compensating rate. Okay? So for our budget purposes, that is not an option. We will go in the hole in our budget. Okay, we have already committed to giving raises. That is in the $56 million of expenses. That's $971,000 in that 56 million right there that we've already committed to pay our staff. I've already given the first paychecks. July 15th, I already cut paychecks to people. We're already paying staff on those raises that we committed to in May. That's in that 56 million. So when we look at July expenditures, it accounts for that. We're, again, when you compare us to the same time last year, 3%, we're about on par for how we do our budgets. Revenue-wise, we've collected 5% this time compared to the same time last year, which was 3%. Our contingency budget at this point has 5% in it, which is a 7.7%. And 2% is what is required by KDE. Recommendation is more like a 10% when you say about 3 months of expenditures on hand. So we're at 7.7 is where our contingency stands. So that's when we talk receipts and expenditures. Any questions?
Carl, Ms. Thomas?
No, I'm going now.
Okay. All right, so if we flip over to taxes, this is just kind of showing you the budget of taxes right now. Again, this is based on compensating until you all adopt a rate for me to adjust that. No collections at this point in July. We have received our first motor vehicle check for July, which actually puts us at a 7% collection for motor, but we haven't received any property at this point because obviously those haven't gone out with rates on them yet. So Motor and utility is a fixed percent, like fixed rate, those don't change, those are deemed at the state level. So those rates, so motor's already collected on that rate, it's a 53.5 and a 3% utility. We adopt those same rates. So when we get to the tax rate, that will be what we decide for property. Any questions on financials at this point?
Does anybody have any questions? No, it's not. Authorize payment of salaries and accounts payable.
Motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Dorsey, second by Ms. Thomas. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries 5-0. Consider approval of KDE grant management assurances.
So this is for our federal grants. We have to basically assure we're going to follow all the federal laws. Essentially, you can see there are pages upon pages of assurances that we will do what we are supposed to do in order to use those funds. So it says that we have to have the board review and approve those, and then we upload a statement that says that you all approved that on the board date. And that goes into our federal program called GMAP. So we need your all's approval of these.
I make a motion.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Kaiser,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Thomas. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Consider discussion and approval of 2025 tax rates.
So as we talked in the tentative budget, by adopting the 4% revenue increase rate, so it's not a rate 4% increase, it's the revenue increase. That would increase our budget by approximately $866,000. And then in the same meeting with tentative budget discussion, we increased rates for our staff, which raised our budget $991,000. It was a 2% to our salaried staff and an 85-cent per hour rate to our hourly staff. That has already gone into effect. We had a cushion in our budget where we had managed our dollars from the previous fiscal year to help offset that difference if we took the rate to give us the $866,000 to help cushion the $991 and still be able to afford that, but it was contingent on the board taking that rate for us. So, also in managing our tax dollars, we just listed a few things of what every year, this is what our tax dollars that we bring in every year cover in our budget. I mean, these are reoccurring expenses that we pay for and things that our budget, what our dollars are paying for.
Like I think I asked the other day on what the difference was in like utilities with inflation, and I think somebody gave me a number of from fiscal year 24 to 25, but the difference was $650,000 just in utilities that 1 year. So makes it hard.
Yeah, so we're dealing with inflation as a business as well as the individuals are in the community. I mean, it's everywhere, everybody's having to deal with it.
But I hope that it's coming down. I mean, I think we're seeing the light. I mean, the end of the tunnel for that.
What did you say?
I was just looking at the
Oh,
next slide down.
So what is our tax rate now, 60?
66.8 is the current tax rate.
And what do you recommend that we
Well, I think she's getting to that. I think it's the last slide here.
Yeah, so the very last, so the next slide is just a synopsis of our federal grants. We've actually lost almost $136,000 in federal grants. And then that we've had to either unfortunately lose positions because we have not been able to pick that up on general fund or pick up what we can on general fund. And then the recommendation to the board is to adopt the 65.5 tax rate along with readopting the motor vehicle rate that we have at 53.5 and the utility at 3%.
So if we do the 65.5, then that's lower than last year's 66.8.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is lowering the rate.
It's one of the largest, Ms. Brady's point, reductions of the tax rate that we've done in a long time.
Back to this chart, back one slide.
Are we not sure about 3, like Title 3?
That's what I
Do
was-
not know yet whether.
Yeah,
we're
that's what I
get
was
the
gonna
funding
ask,
on those.
the total.
So we literally just today were given our Title III allocation.
Okay.
So that'll come off that. but-
Yeah, so I mean, it is not,
Is it half?
it's not half, but it's not what we had before. We do not have the Title III immigrant, it is not being given back to us, but Title III, I don't look at the amount. I don't have the amount in my head, I'm very sorry. I don't know what my email has.
But we're not getting,
But it's less than 27,000.
It's less than the 27, but I don't have the amount off the top of my head.
we're not getting the
But
Title III immigrant back
Title III
whatsoever.
immigrant, we are not getting back, no, sir.
It was like 110,000, I think. Mine are working.
Say again?
I said that's a deficit of 110,000 just on that alone, I think.
Yeah. So how many positions did we have to actually lose? It
So-
started out more than what it ended up being.
Sure,
I
we
understand.
looked at multiple. We had the reduction of force, which the acronym is RIF, so they lost their jobs instantly. But we were able to work with some of the cushion in our budget and some of the going forward funds, federal funds from last year that we can pay for them this year. But I can't, those employees understand that moving forward into a new school year, new fiscal year, 26, 27, that they're not guaranteed jobs. We have another 5 jobs that are contingent on other grants that would make it work for this year. So 7 to 10 jobs just on federal dollars that we know of right now.
And we don't know what it'll look like next year, no
We
idea.
did not.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry, I just want to jump back there for a minute.
Good questions.
They were good questions, Claire.
And Ms. Ellis, can you talk a little bit about contingency and what we are required to have in that?
Yes, ma'am. So the state requires a 2% contingency. We currently have 7.7% contingency. So, I mean, we do have above what is the requirement. It is accounting standards recommended to have more like a 10 to 15%, 3 months worth of expenditures on hand. We're a little bit below a 3 months worth of expenditures. For us, 3 months worth of expenditures is closer to 15, honestly. So we are well below a 15% contingency. But I mean, we are still well
But
within.
when they say required, it means if you get below 2%, the state department comes in and can take
Yes.
you over.
Yeah.
So it's not a recommendation like keep it around 2, it's if you go below,
Yes.
they will intervene.
Yes, yes.
So I want to make sure that's clear.
I think at the KSB level, I think they told us in training there that they'd like for you to be between 6 and 10. Kind of low.
Yeah, so we're within where they like us.
Yeah,
My comfort level is more like 10 as a finance director, but
But again, we also don't want to be a bank account when we're trying to provide services for our
Absolutely.
students, salaries, and keep our best staff here, and frankly, be cognizant of our tax base, our local tax dollars.
It's a fine line.
It is, it's very fun. Does somebody else have any more questions for Ms. Ellis?
And Ms. Ellis, you may have already said this, but if we were to have revenue over what we expect, that applies to the next school year, is that correct?
It would be part of what rolls over with beginning balance. So
Of the fiscal year,
of
right?
a physical year, yes. You would roll it into next year.
I know we were at the opening day, and I could tell that all the staff appreciated that we increased their salary, gave them some type of increase on top of their step increase. And it's my belief, being able to take care of our staff helps them take better care of our kids if they are more satisfied with being reimbursed for the job that they do. Because it's amazing just what they do, and I think the literacy kickoff is a great example of that. Watching the pictures over the summer, knowing that those kids are getting extra support from teachers who are, you're talking a few, I would love to know the years of experience that were there this summer. So, it's just exciting, all the things that we do. And it's important for us to educate our kids now. And also, I think, I don't know if we've already talked about our enrollment, but a lot of kids who not necessarily enroll full-time in Clark County schools still benefit from it. So it's paying taxes is a piece of what we need to do. And knowing that we're able to lower it a little bit is a good thing for all of us. So I'm probably sounding a little wonky tonight, but those are just a few of my thoughts on that. So I would like to make the motion to, unless someone else has questions, to set the tax rate at 65.5.
I'll second that. But I would like maybe next year that we could start to explore different avenues of taxes, like maybe the occupational tax, and see how much revenue that would bring in. And I know we had it once before, and might be a way to go.
Do they need to,
I'm gonna probably say the motor vehicle rate, utility rate as well on that motion.
Did you hear that, Dora?
I cannot, I was just making a motion to set the tax rate. I'm not sure what the rest of that was.
Ms. Hall, you may want to rephrase your motion to also include the personal property rate and the
motor vehicle?
motor vehicle.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I can't, my ears are so stopped up. So, I want to make the motion to adopt the real property rate at 65.5, the personal property rate of 65.5, and motor vehicle rate at 53.5, and utility rate at 3%. Is that good?
Yes.
Yes.
I know I couldn't hardly hear it.
Did
So,
what?
I said I couldn't hardly hear what she said, but so I seconded that, so.
Okay, second by Ms. Thomas.
That was the recommended rate, and as long as we're lowering taxes some, because give Clark Countyans a break, we want to try to do that too.
All right, motion by Ms. Hall, second by Ms. Thomas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you all.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 4, acknowledgement of the criminal history record information procedure. Miss Dr. Parrish.
Thank you, you're fine.
So I want to second some of the work that you all have done and say, I'm not going to steal Mr. Howard's thunder on some of the data he's going to share with you, but it is evident from speaking to staff how appreciative they are and everything that you all have done for them over the last 3 or 4 years and making some of that possible for retaining the best teachers, what I feel like is in the state of Kentucky, and support staff as well. So thank you all. Okay, so this CHRI policy, we just finished a 3-year audit by the Kentucky State Police and the FDI, and they basically come in to make sure that we are compliant. This policy was updated this year, so in front of you is just the changes that are highlighted in yellow on page 1, and then there's some changes on page 2.
Any questions for Dr. Parrish? Anybody like to make a motion?
So,
Motion by Mr. Dorsey,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Acknowledgement of procedure 09.422 AP.2 bullying hazing form.
Yes, so after our most recent bullying task force, it was the recommendation of the committee to edit the back of the page. So on page 2, we just added name of person filing the complaint and received by signature and printed name. So that was what was changed on that form.
The only reason I don't want to make a motion for this is because I'm on the committee, so I don't think I should make a motion.
No, that's fine.
I'll make a motion.
This is just an acknowledgement.
It's just
so
an
you
acknowledgement,
don't
isn't it?
have to vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you were telling me. So that was number 4, okay. Number 6, acknowledgement of 09.422 AP 21 bullying hazing investigations form.
This is our internal tracking form, and on the back of it is the parent notification form. The committee also made the recommendations to change some of the verbiage on the back.
Okay, that one's an acknowledgement too. Number 7, consider approval of policy update 03.1332, hours of duty, second reading. That one we have to have an approval.
Yes, ma'am, this one we need an approval, and it's just the second reading, nothing's changed since the last board meeting.
And this is for certified only, right?
Yes.
I'll make a motion for that.
Motion by Ms. Thomas,
I second.
second by Mr. Kaiser. My brain stopped there for a minute. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 5-0. All right, consider approval of 2025-2026 dual credit MOA between Bluegrass Community and Technical College, BCTC, and Clark County Schools.
Sure, so I've asked some wonderful collaboration partners from BCPC, including Dr. Finney, to come and while we're looking at renewing our memorandum of agreement, kind of highlighting some partnerships and things we're doing for the kids of Clark County.
Very happy to be here. Thank you so much. We're very grateful for this partnership. So we serve over 14 counties, and this school district is just above and beyond in the team that you have. So we're very grateful to you, Superintendent Howard. I also want to recognize my team that we have here. They do a lot of great work. We have our new campus director, if you'll raise your hand if you haven't met him, Sheldon Sharp. Dr. Wendy Bolt, all things dual credit. And she'll answer any questions you have if you have them. I've been trained to turn it over to the expert. And Dr. Aaron Tipton, who works with all of our regional campuses. Then we have Gavin Colton, who you're going to see quite a bit of here in town if you haven't already. 50% of this guy's job is to support what's going on this campus, 1919 Rolling Hills, in relation to bringing in some financial support for that campus. So we're very happy to have him on board and the work that he's hit the ground running and doing. So through this partnership with the GRC, we continue to have a significant increase in what we're offering with dual credit and making an impact on students. So I want to share a little bit of that with you. Since fall 2022, if we just look at the fall, we've had a 190% increase in the number of students participating in dual credit. In the spring, which is always a little bit lower, we've had a 150% increase. since 2022. So that is very significant if I compare that to what we're doing in other communities. You guys should be very proud of what's going on here with the school system, and we love working with them, so we're very grateful for that. We're looking at program areas, and we're offering programs areas, anything from an Associate of Arts or Associate of Science, so that those are our transfer degrees. Allied Health, CPR, welding, construction, nursing assistant, and CIT. So those things don't just happen. Again, this is all through partnership and working with Mr. Howard and his staff. Also, we've had a concerted effort in Winchester has set the example in this as well, and that is with our Bluegrass college academies. And this is a very intentional effort where students have the opportunity, if they stay on track, to earn an associate's degree, typically a couple of weeks, depending on how many snow days, a couple of weeks before they graduate from high school. And last year, we had 11 graduates that completed that, and this coming year, it looks like as long as everyone is successful, we'll have as many as 18, so we'll be stepping up beyond that a bit. So this saves the student close to $40,000 by doing this, through the partnerships that we have here in the community, through the dual credit scholarship, and just the wraparound support. So I don't know about your life, but in my life, that is a significant number. And we hear a lot in the media about college debt and the debt that students are walking away with. This is a game changer for people. So again, we're very proud of that, and we love partnering. I'll say it again and again. So how can we expand this? We were capped out, and that's what that 1919, so if you're familiar with our campus, this worked out really well. It's 2020 Rolling Hills. Across the street was 1919 Rolling Hills. That's not the reason we bought it. The reason we bought it is because it has a lot of space. So we have close to 80,000 square feet there that has already helped us expand our nursing program. With what we have planned for that building and Gavin's great fundraising, we will double that enrollment in our nursing program. So producing twice the amount of nurses right here in Winchester than we that we are currently able to do. Also, by purchasing that building already from day one, we started classes there in January, so we purchased it in the fall, late fall, opened that in January. We were able to say yes to every student that qualifies for dual credit. Prior to that, we had to have a cap on it. We just simply did not have the space. And so with 1919 Rolling Hills, we're very excited that it gives us the opportunity. Yes is our favorite thing to say, so we get to say yes and look to partner more, and also with the facilities that you all have here, and looking at how we can utilize those to strengthen providing the students with some advanced degrees. So I'm going to stop rambling there. I think the good news from my standpoint, it's all good news from my standpoint. I've been at this college for 28 years, many of those years as the chief academic officer, the last 2 years as president, and things were great here before, but they've greatly improved under your leadership. So I've said this publicly before, I want to say it again because I have the mic. We're very grateful to you and your team for what you do.
Yes, sir.
So if you have questions for my team, I'm glad to answer.
Any questions?
I think it's a wonderful thing, and I just wish it had been sooner. But yes, I think it's wonderful.
So with the dual credit, so a student in high school, can have that degree right before they graduate, but so could they potentially, because I know you got nursing school after, so would they come out of high school going straight into nursing school rather than having to do the academic stuff too?
Yeah, so for the nursing program, they can be well on their way, right? So nursing is one of those unique, highly competitive programs that we have no matter what campus that we are on.
Yeah.
But it takes a student a bit to get those it's a selective admissions program.
Yeah.
To get those pre-rec requirements done, that's what this program allows us
To go on and get that out of
Yes.
the way so they go straight into it.
Yep. Anything that you would add to that?
I wouldn't, I think that's spot on. There's some of those gen eds and some of those requirements that they take first to then
Yeah.
be more competitive, and this enables them.
And they save $40,000, like you said.
You got it.
Yeah, and the best part about bringing healthcare to this community is what's across the street
Yeah.
from this facility, and it's part of Not that, we all want opportunity, we all want options, but so many people want to stay where they're at. And this gives us the opportunity to support them through their educational process in that as well. And then, once they earn that, so my own daughter went through this. And once they earn their degree, they can go work for a hospital. Their bachelor's is then paid for. It's not on their dime either. So that savings that I talked about earlier,
Yeah.
particularly in the healthcare field, even goes up.
So what other things are y'all looking to expand into the building besides just nursing?
So we are looking at, I should have mentioned this, so it's like the question was staged, because it was in my notes, that's how they're gonna kick me when I sit down. One of the things that we're looking at doing is in the advanced manufacturing area. And there's a couple different components that we're looking at that with. Priority one is we are conveniently located in the industrial park, right? And we already provide a lot of training needs for the companies that are within that industrial park and in the surrounding area, but we're not able to do it right here. And so we're putting our only, BCTC's only workforce training facility is going to be in part of that building, which means Fayette County, Scott County, surrounding areas will be traveling here to use that facility for training. We can still offer it in those other communities, but they're gonna have to do it around our academic schedule.
Okay.
So we can get them in there in the evening, we can get them in there at night, on the weekend. What this will allow us to do, solely booked just for workforce training. So that's round one. Once that is up and running, we'll still have a significant number of square footage left to continue to assess what are the needs of the community, what are the needs of local industry. What are we not able to partner with the high school on using their facilities? Because there's no reason for us to duplicate that, right? It's a better use of tax dollars. I feel like if we're all doing our part to collaborate in serving the needs of the community. But then at that point, what can we add there to strengthen what's going on here? And also to attract business, not just keep the business that's here, but also attract new business.
Sounds good.
Do we need a motion?
No, it's just, oh, yeah, we got a motion to approve.
They would appreciate it. After the time they spent on that elegant presentation.
I get a lot of trouble.
My recommendation would be to approve.
To give a motion.
I'll make a motion.
All right, motion by Ms. Thomas,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Now, Brandon, were you in here when they pulled I-9, or made IA number 9?
I don't think he was.
He said he was.
I heard, I was in the hallway, but I heard.
You know what's going on.
I know what's going on.
Okay, as long as you know what's going on. I'm glad somebody does.
For the pay estimate 24 from Codell, this is basically almost the last payment for the preschool project. There are two contractors on there that would not be completely paid out. Frederick and May still has a couple punch list items on the outside, and Breckenridge still has a couple things we're waiting on with the kitchen. So, but other than that, this almost closes out the preschool project.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Well, I think that was all. That's all you wanted to know, wasn't it, Dora?
I just wanted us to acknowledge it because of what the amount was, and so that people can hear about it, that's all.
Yeah.
Thank you. I make a motion to approve it.
I second.
Thank you, Dr. Hall.
All
You're
right.
welcome,
Motion
Mr. Allen.
by Ms. Hall, second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries 5. Did you?
Nope.
5-0. What
Did you
is it?
vote?
I did.
Okay. I didn't hear.
Well, she didn't oppose it, so I assumed she.
No, I said aye.
I said aye.
Not you, Ms. Thomas. You're good. We heard you. Mr. Howard, will you kill me if I take a 5-minute break? Just before you do your superintendent's report?
I won't kill anyone, no, no
Okay.
ma'am, no
You can
ma'am.
give me just a
But I mean,
second.
I'm fired up to do this thing, so,
Okay, can you stay fired up?
shoot,
Okay, if you would just give me just a minute, I don't have Miss Hall here to throw it to, and I need a potty break. Okay, we're gonna take a 5-minute break, and I'll be right back. are back. Dustin's too excited over here. I gotta turn it over to him and let him do his he's getting ready to jump out of his chair. He's so excited. So we are at the superintendent's report.
All right, couple things. First of all, we opened up the 25-26 school year, and we're off to a roaring successful start. Everything from picking kids up on time on the bus to educating them at a high level, feeding them, getting them clean buildings, and getting them home. The entirety of our staff have worked really tirelessly to make sure that we provide a world-class education from start to finish, and we keep them safe with our new police chief and our SROs. Again, I could bring on every single department because they really are the standard. So, great start to the year. With that, academically, we're starting with screenings with math and reading. Our high-rated screenings are already underway. So we're assessing kids coming off the break and again celebrating the youngsters that attended the literacy liftoff, because a lot of them grew 40%, almost jumped up. I can't believe we have a big round of applause on that one, but 40% gains in literacy. When you're talking about 18 days at half a day, that is phenomenal, outstanding, and another example of our staff pouring in and teaching at a high level. So again, I just want to say again, thank you to Ms. Pittman and her staff. It's also the highest percentage of returning staff in Clark County history, as far as I'm aware. So going in from past years, we were hiring people at a high rate, which meant our turnover wasn't great, but it is now. And I think that is a lot about the efforts that you all have approved in regards to incentives, in regards to increased pay. Our HR department's done a fantastic job. In fact, I get, they're out presenting at staff meetings now, talking about things that other districts don't do for their staff, frankly. So I just want to brag on that, because we're never going to, again, set the standard if we don't keep and retain our best teachers and our best staff. So thank you guys for all you guys have done with that. In some lighter news, I do want to give a special shout out to the Winchester Farmers Market. They had their Kids Day event. I'm gonna drink this water now. And then really Mr. Mounts and Ms. Ford participated. I'm not going to divulge on what. I think it's probably out on social, on the face page. People have seen that. But we also drove the book bus down and gave away 249 free books during that time. Ms. Allison, Ms. Bush really did a great job coordinating that, which brings our total to 1,905 free books we've given away in June and July, which is fantastic. So again, thank you to those staff for participating. Again, it really models our vision of connecting the district and community as one to grow greatness in all of our kids. And events like that, I don't think would have happened in the past, I'm quite honest. So lots of folks, lots of faces down there. We should win every championship from now on in softball and baseball, because our children could throw a daggone ball and hit a tiny target and dunk people thousands of times off a pedestal. I'm not saying I counted, but it could have been thousands. Still nursing a knee injury and getting back up on the platform so many times. So I do want to inform folks about our Hall of Fame induction ceremony. That'll be this Saturday at 6:15. This idea of a Hall of Fame was something we started in year one when I got this job. Again, not knowing that our vision would be connecting our district and community as one, but that's exactly what this is about. It's connecting our current students with folks that have contributed, been here, exemplars of what we're trying for our kids to become, frankly, when they graduate. So a big congratulations. We have 9 new inductees: Billy Brooks, Ed Burtner, Shannon Cox, William Davis, Maria Johnston, Deidre Newell, R.J. Palmer, Imogene Patton, and Phil Stoltz. A committee makes these decisions. I'm not on the committee, so this is not Dustin Howard's Hall of Fame. They're nominated. Again, if folks out there come this year and say, why isn't this person or this person or this person, we will take your nomination for next time. I promise you. We want this to be inclusive, and we want to celebrate as many folks as we can. There will be a hospitality tent at the football game on Saturday. Any past or present members and their families are encouraged to come. We'll have free snacks and drinks, Board of Education. Hopefully all of you guys will be there. We'll make some accommodations. If you can't, we'll figure that part out. But come out and celebrate, and then right after that, the George Rogers Clark High School Cardinals will face Hurricane, West Virginia at 7 o'clock. That'll be the 4th football game since Friday. So we really, I think a lot of efforts came in to connect all of the Labor Day Daniel Boone Festival events that's going around in Clark County, again, connecting our district community as one. So now we'll have entertainment. Also, the high schools, or the junior high is also going to play several games on that Saturday. So again, it's going to be a great time to come out and celebrate all things great in Clark County. And then the last thing, I say the best for last, enrollment. Last year at this time, we had about 5,350-ish. So enrollees, we are up 200 students in one school year. That is a testament, again, to us growing greatness and families wanting to send their kids to Clark County. It's phenomenal. So we're right now at 5,534. I have a feeling 3 more probably going to enroll tomorrow because of the things I heard tonight at the board meeting about the grant and some other things. So we'll keep pushing that up. But again, just a great job. Overall shout out to what we're doing here to your whole vision and work as a Board of Education. So I very much appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Go Cards. Thank you, Ms. Bell.
All right. Consent agenda items. Would anybody like to make a motion for those?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Kaiser,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Need a motion to go to adjourn to closed session.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ms. Coleman,
No, second.
second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We are in closed session at what time is it? 7 what? 7:24.